Hi everybody, today I am going to be doing a pre-surgery get ready with me. So today is Monday the 5th or 6th of July, and on Friday of this week I am hopefully, bed permitting, going to be getting a dual surgery. So the first part of the surgery will be a jejunostomy. So this will get rid of this NG tube that I've had on my face for about 2.5 years, which empties my stomach contents. It won't mean that I won't need something like this anymore. It will just be moved to actually directly in my stomach, and so it'll be under my clothes. I'm really excited for that because, as you all know, I really enjoy doing my makeup, and it always gets in between the duodenum and my face and I can't get it out. And for a more practical reason, I have to pass these NG tubes every 6 weeks, and it's a real pain in the backside. It tends to be the first thing people see about me. I'm very aware that snap judgments are made. A lot of people mistake it for an oxygen tube or something like that, and I get a lot of questions about it when I'm out and about, so I would much rather it all be hidden. So hopefully that will be happening on Friday. The second portion of the operation is called an ileostomy. I've talked about this before, but essentially this will put all of my bowel waste into a bag rather than going to the toilet the traditional way. I'm really excited for that because my condition means that I get a lot of bowel obstructions. I vomit a lot. I'm in constant horrific pain. Bowel pain is unlike any other pain in that I have experienced, in that it is so sharp all the time. It's pretty incomparable to any other pain I've had. So yeah, hopefully those things will be happening on Friday, and this will be the last time you ever see this horrible thing. Part 2 will be post-surgery, where I'll talk about everything that's gone on. This will also be a bit of a life update video because lots of things have happened that are really positive, so I wanted to take a moment to celebrate those things and talk about what is next. So I'm going to start by moisturising with a Beauty Flash Balm Brightens and Tightens by Clarins. I borrowed / stole this from my mother, so sorry mum, but I really like it. It also works as a bit of a primer, although you'll see I still use primer. So the first bit of good news is that I have won a Northern Writers Award for poetry. Now that is actually quite a big deal, and I am absolutely thrilled. I've known for ages, and I've not been able to tell anyone other than close friends and family, so I'm really happy that it's out there in the world and I can celebrate with everybody. So what this award will give me is the financial means to write my collection, which is really exciting. For those of you that aren't into poetry, I have written a pamphlet, so that tends to be 30 pages or less, 30, 40 pages or less, and a collection tends to be bigger, so 50, 60, 70 or more pages all in one. And I'm really excited. I've already started work on my collection and I think it's shaping up okay. I'm really pleased with it at the minute. So I'm going to prime. This is MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base. I really like this. I've not used too many primers, but yeah. So I am very excited for the next few months slash the year. I've got a lot of projects going on that I can't really talk about, so I thought I'd talk about things that are already out there that potentially you may have missed. So I have just recently written an article about 100 days in lockdown as a writer. Obviously I've been very honest on here about how awful my mental health has been, especially at the beginning of lockdown. Everything is getting to me. I've spoken to a lot of my consultants and they've kind of agreed that they were just waiting for me to crack. Like, one of them said, I've been waiting for 3 years for you to like to be honest about how depressed you've been and how tough things are and have been for you and how your life has changed. So yes, that is a big change. I have almost doubled my antidepressants. I'm currently on some sleeping medication. It's not a sedative, it's called Phenergan, and although I'm finding that it has like real hangover effects, the Phenergan, it is meaning in conjunction with another drug called clobazam that I am not having the night terrors that I was once having, which is really, really good. So in terms of my mental health, I am doing a lot better than I was. I'm really bad at admitting that I need help, even like phoning the GP or something. I'm just like, I'll deal with it, I'll be fine, when actually that isn't a very healthy way to look at things at all. Okay, for concealer I am using the Bourjois Radiance Reveal concealer. I haven't used this too much, so I wouldn't really recommend or not recommend it as of yet. This is what I mean, it's so annoying trying to do my makeup. Yeah, and I'm just using a Real Techniques beauty blender. This is my favourite kind of beauty blender. I have tried to use the original beauty blender before, but I found them very, very stiff. So I am really ready for uni. That's my next huge thing on the spectrum. So yeah, I'm very excited. I bought all my books, I've started reading the books, I'm finding them really interesting. I've just got a grant from a charity actually to get a collapsible electric wheelchair. I'm actually sat in it right now. It is the Folderlite Pro model. I really like it because it means that I can go to uni with a carer, because it folds down to about this big. It's very heavy, but yeah, it can fit in most models of car, which has been a huge limiting factor for me in the past. So yeah, I'm really excited to have some independence while out and about with a carer. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Insta Moisture foundation, Kiko Milano, in the shade 1N. I haven't really been spending any money on cosmetic type things since the whole lockdown situation. I think me and the rest of the country, because what's the point, you know? I've not left the house other than to go to hospital. For today is either the 120th day or the 121st day, so yeah, it's although I enjoy it, I'm not investing any money into it, especially because I have things that I find work for me at the moment. I have managed to taper off steroids. I managed this about a couple of months ago. You might have noticed that the shape of my face has changed. I haven't really lost any weight. Steroids just give you something called moon face. It's essentially fluid retention, and this is a really helpful side effect for people with POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. But while I do have that, I just didn't feel well on the steroid. So although I could increase the steroid quite quickly, I had to be really careful coming off it. It had started to affect my blood sugars. I just wasn't very well on it at all. So I'm really pleased to be off that now. And yeah, kind of able as much as possible to get on with my life. Something that I've really enjoyed during lockdown has been the amount of literary festivals who have looked at online alternatives. There have been a lot of magazine launches, a lot of book launches, a lot of actual full-on festivals that I wouldn't have been able to access had lockdown not happened. Obviously I'd rather that Corona had never happened, but I think it's going to be really interesting to watch and see, especially larger organisations and their commitment to accessibility in the years to come. I went to Ledbury Festival's events last weekend, and that was brilliant because they also had a captioning thing, a captioning software, so I could easily follow along what was happening. Obviously captioning software is hit and miss, but yeah, I was really pleased to see that, and they mentioned that they're hoping to continue with some form of online events in the future. So I really hope that places and organisations make sure that they're accessible and become aware of how easy it is to be accessible for so many people with varying disabilities. So now for blush, I am using the Jeffree Star Skin Frost Princess Cut. I am never going to purchase any Jeffree Star makeup ever again. I'm never going to support Jeffree Star ever again. I think I was very blinded in my support for those people. I just watched their channels because I hate drama channels, and I wasn't as critical of them as people as I would be for other news sources and other things that I consume in my life. I do research normally, and I think YouTube has been a space where I have wrongly taken people as they are, and not kind of investigated the people that I'm going to be consuming. I just love this. It's really shimmery. You'll see it in a moment, so I'm quite sad that I'm not going to be able to repurchase it, just from a makeup lover's perspective rather than a supporting perspective. I would really love to hear if anyone has any suggestions for dupes of this, because I really just look at that. I really love it, but morally I can't go on supporting people like that. So again, for my lipstick, this is Jeffree Star No Tea No Shade. I really like this, but I have found a dupe on MAC, so I have purchased that. That's coming in the post at some point. I really enjoy it as a lipstick, but I have been doing my research, and most things are very replaceable that are by Jeffree Star. So I will put all dupes that I find in the description. I found a really good blog that specialises in this, so yeah. This dries down to be very matte, so I am going to top this with the Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow. I actually got this at 75% off in the little Kendall boots. I think because potentially none of the usual clientele knew what Fenty was, so I was really happy. I've got quite a few actually, because they were so cheap. I am feeling pretty nervous about my operation, kind of a nervous excitement, if that is possible. I'm excited to hopefully be in a lot less pain, nervous about the recovery process. My consultant has said it should take about 4 months to recover. I was joking with one of my friends that 4 months to some people means 2 months to me. I'm not very good at taking the time out to recover, but I'm definitely going to just chill while I'm in hospital. But it'll be once I come home that will be the real test. It will be interesting to find out if I end up having the open procedure. I'm going to have to take a good long while off everything because that'll involve a lot of stitches and a lot of trauma, whereas if I manage to have the laparoscopic procedure, that will be essentially 3 incisions and machines going in and creating a lot less scar tissue, etc. So I'm really hoping that I manage to have the procedure that way, but we shall see, I guess. It will be interesting also to see how my skin actually heals. I'm not very good at healing, or just generally my skin seems to hate me a bit. So yeah, we will see. For eyeshadow, I am using the Gosh Forever eyeshadow stick. This has always been my go-to. It still is. It's brilliant for a base if you want to use a more neutral eyeshadow palette, but it also looks stunning by itself. You can rub your eyes, you can do everything that you would normally do makeup free with this on, and I really love it, and it's really cheap. I'm pretty sure it's $7.99. It might have gone up, but yeah, it is the best out of every eyeshadow stick I've ever tried. If you want to keep up to date with my recovery, my Twitter is @HodgsonWrites, so is my Instagram. I'm not very good at keeping up to date on Instagram. I don't really know what it is about Instagram that I'm not a big fan of, but yeah, you can find me on there. I do tweet quite a lot, so you can keep up to date with how I'm going. That will be where I am posting as I recover. Yeah, I just really hope this operation happens. I have had so many disappointments in the past where I've turned up and there hasn't been a bed or something. I'm gonna have to set off from my house at about 4 AM in order to be at the hospital in time. So I'm just really hoping, yeah, that it's gonna be okay. For mascara, I am going to be using the Kiko Milano, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, Volumize active mascara. I really like this. I haven't used it in a while, so we'll see. And normally I would be using the Morphe aerosol spray. That is another one that I'm looking for a replacement, just because of their consistent support for Jeffree Star. So that is it for my Get Ready With Me. I'm wearing a dress from Harkle, which I have been loving. At the time of filming, they have got a 80% off sale. So I managed to get this for about 15 quid. So I was really pleased with that. Obviously, I haven't been able to dye my hair for the whole of lockdown, so I think it's going on 3-4 months now. I don't think it looks too bad. I do use a semi-permanent dye though, in black cherry, and yeah, it will be nice once I finally feel safe to go to the hairdressers. I don't dye my hair at the hairdressers, my mum does it for me, but my hair's getting a bit long now for kind of doing it at home. So yeah, once I've had a trim, I will be back to dye my hair, like to match my lipstick, which I'm really looking forward to. Thanks so much for watching. I know this has been a bit of a weird rambling one, but it's just been nice to turn the camera on and yeah, get ready with you and enjoy the process of filming and chatting. If you want to see how I'm getting on, please follow me on Twitter and like and subscribe if you want more content. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.